everyone! So it's been a little while since I uploaded my last video of my Nagi No Asukara cosplay progress because obviously, like I said in the last video, my sewing machine was broken, so I didn't want to risk sewing the actual thing just by hand. But the great news is that my sewing machine is now fixed and ready to go. So here it is, it's all fixed and raring to go. I was going to get another one to replace it just while we were waiting for it to be fixed, but my dad actually had a look at it, took it all apart and managed to fix it himself, which is amazing. My dad is a hero. So yeah, here it is, all ready and raring to go. I also went and did a little bit of shopping the other day and got a few more things. I got an 8-inch invisible zip to put in the back. I also bought some nice blue thread to match the blue fabric for the collar. And I just have a couple of other extras like measuring tape and a couple of spare machine needles just in case my one breaks, an unpicker just for mistakes, and I've also made myself a cup of tea just in case things get stressful. But yeah, everything's ready to go. I'm just going to do a bit of test sewing on my mock-up, the one that I made in the last video, so that I can just check that everything's in working order and that I don't make any mistakes on the real thing. So yeah, I'm going to go get my mock-up and we'll get started. So sewing machine is all ready to go. I've got my mock-up. I'm just gonna just sew a little bit of a hem on it just to test that my machine's working properly, and once I'm confident that it's okay, I will start sewing the real thing. So yeah, I was a bit nervous about setting this up actually because, like I said, it's been so long since I've used it, but I threaded it up like my brain was doing all the work for me. I didn't have to think about it, my hands just knew what to do. It's kind of like riding a bike, which is kind of a nice feeling since it's been so long. So yeah, got my pedal, fingers crossed this works. Let's go. It's working! Oh my god, it worked! Look! It actually sewed a hem. This is amazing. I'm very happy. Yeah, so now I'm actually going to get started on the real thing. Let's go! Hey, so I'm currently doing some pinning and tacking. I've ironed all of my pieces. They're all laid out ready to be used. This is the front and one of the sides, I think, which I say I think, I should probably know this, but I'm tacking them all together, and then I'll get sewing on my machine. It's waiting over there, very patiently, if machines do that kind of thing. So yeah, all ready and raring to go, so hopefully it won't be too long before I've got something that I can try on and see if it fits. So yeah. Yay, I've made my first seam! It's all done. You can see at the back as well where the seam is. It's all ironed out. It's looking good. So yeah, I'm just going to continue doing the same thing until all the pieces are sewn together, and fingers crossed we'll have a ready dress. Woo! Yay, all the front is sewn. Just got to do the back, and I'm going to put in the zip. I'm a bit worried because I don't actually have a zipper foot, so I'm probably actually going to do this by hand. I mean, I'd feel happier doing that anyway because I'm really nervous when it comes to putting in zips. So yeah, I'm going to put in the zip and then I'll put on the back and we should be nearly there. Right, so at the moment I'm sewing on some blue bits. This is the, if I can get it up properly, this is the inside of the, well, this is the sleeve, where the sleeve, well, the sleeve hole is, the armhole I should say, and on the cosplay the edge of the armhole has actually got blue around it, so I'm sewing on some little blue bits that once they're sewn on I'll tuck that under like so that it will look like it's got a bit of a blue edge. So So yeah, just a little added extra that needed to be done, so yeah, we'll see how it looks. Hey, I'm having lunch in the garden, just needed a bit of a break from sewing and my stomach was rumbling, so I figured I should probably have something to eat. Been joined by my dogs. Tammy's just like lying in the sun. There's Alfred. There he is! Alfie! Alfie! He's my boy! He's my boy. He's my Alfie. He's my good boy. I love Alfred. He's so cute. So yeah, I'm gonna have my lunch now, Alfred, so you're not allowed any. No. Go get down. No, don't give me your paw, you silly dog. Go get down. Good boy. Go on. Down you get. Go on. It's a good boy. Down you get. Good boy. Yeah, so I'm gonna have my lunch and then I'll get back to sewing in a bit. So see you later. Hooray! I'm back from lunch. So yeah, this is what I managed to finish before I went to go get something to eat. That will be on the outside, and that's obviously where the inside bit of the armhole is going to be, so it will look like that. Hopefully, once that's all sewn down. I think I'm going to hand stitch that outside bit because it really is very delicate, and very, you know, I don't want to like ruin it on the sewing machine, but that will be sewed on the sewing machine on the inside. And now I need to just do the same with the other armhole. That's the neckline there, so you can see the whole thing's coming together actually quite nicely. So we might actually get this finished really quickly, which is nice. So yeah, better crack on. I decided to be brave and try stitching the sleeve edges down on the machine, and actually I'm really glad I did because it's come out so neatly. I did not expect it to be that neat, so I'm really happy. I've just got to be patient and carry on doing what I'm doing, I think, and they'll be done soon, so I'm gonna carry on now, so I'll talk to you in a bit. Yay, so the sleevey bits are done. You can see there that that's what they're going to look like on the outside. Unfortunately, a little bit got loose on there, but on the other side it's really neat, and on both sides here it's also really neat, so yay! It was really quite tiring doing that because I had to be so careful, but it was worth it. So yeah, that will tuck in like that, and so it will have a nice blue edge. And now what I've got to do is these bits go on the inside so that the sleeves are tucked in, and what I'm going to do is put this blue fabric on the edge like that, so that when it goes on the inside it will also be blue on the inside rather than just white, so it'll look a bit neater. So that's what I'm going to do next. I kind of abandoned the idea of doing the zip because I figured that I'd better get the little fiddly bits out the way first and then I'll concentrate on the zip. So yeah, I'm going to get started on doing this bit. Okay, so the insides of the sleeves are done. They're just here, if I can grab my camera properly. There they are. They're not very neat, but it doesn't matter because it's going on the inside, and I want to spend more time on the things that have to be neat. So I'm now starting on the back, and I've just remembered I can't sew the whole thing together until the pleats are on. So yeah, I'm gonna sort out the zip on this bit, and then I'm gonna work on the pleats. And on the pleats is a blue strip where just where it's designed really, so I need to do some more cutting for that, so yeah. Yay, so the zip is done, it's finished. Not the neatest zip ever, if I'm totally honest. It's got issues with it, but if I can just put my camera down I will show you. It does open. Please open. Ah no! It does open with some difficulty, but it opens. So that's the main thing. I'm gonna fix that now and hopefully get started on the pleats. Oh good. Hey, so I'm now working on the pleats. Bit of a nightmare so far because there's a lot of fabric involved, and it's probably going to take me a while. There's all the white that long piece of white fabric is the pleats, and this long piece of blue fabric is the bit that goes on the end of the pleats. So this is going to take me a little while, and it's definitely going to take a lot of patience, so I'm just going to have to get on with it and hope that I can get it done. So yeah, I'm also out of blue fabric now. I have a little bit left for the piece that goes under the collar, but apart from that I'm completely out, so yeah. This is taking up a lot of fabric. Okay, so I finally finished sewing all the blue strips together and hemming them, and now I've put them on the actual skirt, and here's what it looks like. I don't know how good it looks on the camera, but in real life it's actually not looking too bad. I'm really pleased. So what I'm going to do now is I will probably sew the pleats down, then tack it to the rest of the dress, but then I'll probably leave it for tonight, because it's late now and I'm really tired and I'm hungry, and yeah, but I will get back to it tomorrow when I'm feeling a bit fresher. So yeah, I will carry on pleating and tacking, etc., and yeah, go from there. So yay! Ah, the pleats are on! I got a little enthusiastic and decided, stuff it, I'm going to put the pleats on the dress now. They're a bit small, so what I might have to do is put a little invisible stitch on each pleat just so that they don't come loose, because they are really quite small underneath. So yeah, but the rest of it is all done, and all I need to do now is sew it all together so it becomes a dress shape, and then we'll see if it fits. Okay, so I've put it on, it's all sewn up and ready, and it's looking quite good. The only thing is it's a little bit too long at the moment, so I'm going to have to shorten it somehow, because on Manaka it comes up to about here, and at the moment it's like knee length, which is okay because, you know, I like to keep like my figure hidden away as much as possible, but otherwise it is a bit too long at the moment. So what I'm going to do is somehow make it a little bit shorter just so that it's a bit more accurate, but the rest of it is actually looking really nice. It fits well. It's a bit tight around my chest, but it is, the pattern was for junior petite, so yeah, it's a little bit tight around my chest, but apart from that it's fitting beautifully. Can't quite see the back very well at the moment, it's a little unshapely, but that can be sorted, and yeah, but I'm actually really chuffed. It's looking really nice. I just need to figure out how to shorten it a bit. I think I might just have to tuck the pleats under a little bit just to make them a bit shorter, or pull this up so that it's about here and it just takes away some of the length. But yeah, it's looking quite nice. It's definitely coming together and looking like something out of Nagi No Asukara, so that's really good. For now I'm gonna disappear because it's probably about 9 o'clock in the evening now, and I've been doing this since like 10 o'clock this morning, so I need to rest and have a sleep, and then tomorrow I will get back to it, and hopefully tomorrow it will be finished, so yay! Yeah, so I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I will see you in the morning. Bye! Morning everyone! I'm really tired after all the sewing yesterday. I ended up staying up really late unpicking the skirt from the top of the dress so that I could make the pleats shorter, so that the overall dress will be a bit shorter because it was way too long. I know I said I was going to stop last night, but I kind of got overexcited and carried on, but I made myself go to bed after that. So yay. I'm going over to a friend's for a cup of tea and a catch up just this morning, and then when I get back I'm gonna carry on doing lots of sewing and getting this dress finished, so I will be back in a little while. Hey, so I'm back now from my friends and I'm carrying on with sewing the rest of my cosplay. I'm starting with the pleated skirt. As you can see, I've taken it off and I've cut it a lot shorter than it was. I would have just cut the top, but on the cosplay the pleats don't actually start until the dress reaches the hip, so I've cut off the top and re-hemmed it. Some of the pleats are a little out of place, so I'm just gonna iron them down, and then I'll have to unpick the side seam of the dress again and basically just sew it back on. But after that I'll be able to carry on with the collar and the sleeves and the necktie, and we should be nearly done. Hey, so I'm having a bit of a break. I ended up unpicking all the skirt pleats and repleating it. It's now down on the floor waiting to be sewn to the rest of that. But while I'm breaking, I thought I might have a look at some wigs for Manaka. Got a little selection. That one there's quite good, which is nice because it's not too expensive. I was really worried it was going to be really expensive, but they've actually got a few that aren't too bad, which is really nice. So I may have to end up buying one today, which would be nice. Free shipping as well, that is awesome. Obviously I'm going to keep an eye out and make sure it's the right thing. But yeah, so I'm just having a browse of wigs, and then I'll also look for one for Chisaki. For some reason my internet is being really slow, like really slow. Here we go. Yeah, free shipping, amazing. Let's have a look at some of the pictures. Don't know how long it will be. Oh wow, that is quite long actually as well, so that's really good. I may have to invest in that. I'll just get up a picture of Manaka. Oh, I can't type. What if I type in that and then get rid of that? I am rubbish at typing on Google. Yeah, if I look at that, it's actually the same colour as that. It is actually the same colour, and that's really not expensive, so I mean it will take a little while to get here, but I think I may have to be a bit cheeky and buy it. Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna stop browsing the internet soon and I'll eat my lunch and yeah, get on with making stuff. So hooray! So nice outside. I should be eating outside, but I wanted to look at wigs. Never mind. I will be back in a bit. Hey, so I'm now working on the back of the dress. I've just made a little, well, I say little, it's actually quite big, a big button. It doesn't look great, but I'm gonna sort of try and fix it. And then I'm gonna do another one for the other side, which I'm just making now. What I've done is I had a couple of buttons on an old bag that I don't really use anymore, that have got like a bit of a sort of a bump in them, but they were a bit small. So what I did was I got some cardboard, cut out some bigger circles using my old sharpener as a template, and then what I'm doing is putting them onto the blue fabric and then wrapping them up in the blue fabric. So like on the back of this one it looks really messy but no one will see it, so it won't matter. Yeah, and then I'll stitch those two, well, I'll sew on that back panel there, that little back belt. I'll sew that on first and then I'll hand stitch the little buttons on. So yeah, and then I'll proceed with sewing on the skirt. Hello, so now I'm working on the collar. I've finished doing the sleeves on the dress. they're not fantastic because bits of the inside are poking out, but it was really stiff trying to push them in because there's quite a few layers of fabric, so I'm just gonna have to keep ironing it as much as I can. But the rest of the dress is pretty much finished. The pleats aren't amazing either, but they are the right length now, so that's good. Yeah, I think I'm just getting really tired now, and it's getting quite difficult to function, but I'm trying really hard to be patient with it, and hopefully it won't be too long before I'm finished. So yeah, I'm currently working on this bit of the collar. It's like it goes underneath by the neckline. There's like a tiny little diamond which I'm gonna hand embroider on, and then I bought some white ribbon which sort of goes along the edge here, and also goes along over there as the collar. This white trimming sort of goes on the edge of the collar as well, and then I'll just have to sew the collar on and it'll be finished. So right, I'm just gonna set up my machine and get this sewn on. Hey guys, so last time you saw me I was working on the collar for my cosplay. Unfortunately when I sewed the collar on, it was just completely wrong. It was too big, it went way too far over my shoulders, and was basically even the wrong shape. So for the last few days I've been trying to work out what to do with this collar, and also unfortunately I had to actually go out and buy more fabric because I didn't have enough to alter the collar in such a way that it would look alright, or enough to make a collar from scratch. So here's what I ended up with. It was a very different shape at the beginning. If you look at my original pattern, that was what I came up with originally, and this is what I've ended up with now. So yeah, there is quite a big difference, and to be fair, I've actually learned a lot from this. It's taught me, you know, how to, you know, alter a collar pattern in such a way as to make it the right thing. So you can see I've altered it here and I've got it pinned, and I had to add on extra fabric, and the back is actually a lot slimmer than what it was before. And what's going to happen is that will obviously come up here, and that will come up here to form this big triangle gap in the middle like it does on the actual cosplay, and this will come virtually straight down over the shoulder so that it's actually straight rather than, you know, curved like it was before. So yeah, that's what I've ended up with now, but unfortunately because I've had to add on extra fabric, I'm worried that it's just going to look really messy. So the other day I went shopping and found some new fabric. It's tiniest colour difference. I don't think that there's even a difference at all really, but in the shop when I brought in a fabric sample there was like the slightest bit of difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that new fabric and I'm going to use this pattern to make a new collar from scratch, and then I'll do the white ribbon along the edge like I did last time, and I will do the bit underneath the collar because the bit that I showed you in the last sort of section of my video, it was, you know, straight across and had the diamond on, but unfortunately that went really wrong as well, so I'm having to redo that. So it's a lot of work and it's taken a lot longer than I thought it would to make this cosplay, but in the end it'll be worth it because, you know, I've worked really hard on it and I want the end result to be something that I'm really, really happy with, so, and that I can go to conventions in and feel like I've made a really big achievement with it. So yeah, I'm gonna carry on with the collar now and I will update you when I know where I'm at. So let's get sewing again. Yay! Hey guys, so it's a few hours later and at last, finally, I have managed to finish the collar, and here is the whole dress. I still need to add obviously the bit underneath that goes here with the little white diamond on, but at the moment I'm thinking because of how the dress is and how the collar's fitting, it might be better just to add it separately with safety pins rather than actually sewing it on, because I think it will just look a bit neater. I just need to sew the ends of the collar because originally it was in like a little pointy shape and it didn't look very smart, and I've just got to sew the ends of the necktie, and yeah, after that it should all be done. So yeah, it's looking okay, and now the plan is to finish off the bit under the collar, sew the necktie, and then I'm going to try it on and see how it looks. And so after probably just about a week's worth of sewing and cutting myself and pricking myself with pins, it's finally done. It's all finished. It's okay as well. It's actually alright. I'm really pleased considering how difficult I've found this at points. I'm really quite satisfied with how it's come out. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I have a lot still to learn about cosplay making and sewing in general, but this is the end result, and I think it should be fit for a convention. I'm really hoping it is, because I've spent so long on this and I just wanted it to be perfect. I've got a picture of Manaka up here, and I'm hoping that what I've got looks at least similar to what she's got on. Yeah, but I'm really pleased. It does look fairly similar, and although there are problems with it, it's not perfect. I mean, this isn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination. This bit was trial and error once again, but I think it just about worked out this time. If I had it my way, I wouldn't have it on there at all, but obviously I have to as part of the cosplay. But it's okay, and after all the stress with the collar, it finally fits properly. It's a little bunchy in places where obviously the seam is here, but that's okay, because I can straighten that out. The pleats were one of the biggest nightmares, I think, out of the whole thing, having to shorten them. And my sister said my pleats are still too long, but when you look at anime legs are like ridiculously long, so I'm not gonna lie. So, and I'm a really short person, as you can tell, I'm not a very tall person at all, so it's, yeah, this is like as short as I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go any shorter than that, because I'm so tired from sewing all this, it's taken me so long, and also because if I do it any shorter it's just going to look way too revealing and I'm just not comfortable with that. So yeah, now all I have to do is get a couple of little feathers to go in the wig once the wig has arrived, because I did actually order it yesterday, not yesterday, I did actually order it a few days ago, and I need some socks, like Manaka wears, some socks, white socks that come up to about here with a blue band around them, and some proper like sort of school shoes for it. So yeah, and a scrunchie to wear on my wrist. And then what I'm going to do is, because part of the anime is Manaka getting cursed by the scale of the sea god, and he makes a fish come out of her knee. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to papier-mâché the head of the fish and then work out a way to put it on my knee, so that when I go to Expo I can wrap it up in like in rags like she does in the anime, and then if people ask me I can take it off and the fish head will be there. So I'm going to give that a go with some papier-mâché and have a bit of fun with that really. So yeah, so that's really all that's left for me to do with this cosplay. I'm hoping I'll be able to do a photo shoot in it once it's all ready, and probably after Expo I'm expecting, but if not before would be really, really nice, because it is getting warm out, and obviously Nagi No Asukara is set by the sea, and it would be really nice just to go to the beach and shoot it. So yeah, that's all I can say really now, because it is finished. It's all done. And yeah, that's my progress all finished. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if not, at least learned something from it. And hopefully I'll have some photos to show you at some point in the future. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you very soon. Bye!